Good morning and welcome back to Handy Headquarters. It's a beautiful mild morning here in Woking in Surrey in the south of England, and we're just on our way back to the south of the Netherlands near Maastricht. And again, it's a little Tesla journey and we'll take you with us. So it includes a little ferry across the English Channel and charging stops along the way. So if you want to know what it's all about, stick with us, and if you have any questions, I will answer all of them, so stick them in the comments. Okay, cheers, see you, bye. Morning. So we're starting again, and we've just put in the DFDS terminal in Dover, and we don't need any charge to get to Dover, but we probably will charge because it's better to charge before the boat than after the boat. At the moment we have 332 kilometers. So we've just come on to the M25, and it's one thing I certainly don't miss about living in the United Kingdom, and that's the largest car park in the world, which is the orbital motorway that goes around London. And if it's flowing, it's all right, but it's normally, no matter what time of the day it is or what day in the week it is, it could be even Sunday night at 10 o'clock at night, and it's completely chockers with traffic. So anyhow, our route's telling us that we only need 1.5 hours to get to Dover, which still sounds too good to be true, but yeah, we'll just see how we go. So far the journey's going pretty well. The traffic's really thinned out actually. We're only half an hour from Dover, and we're going to be at least an hour early, so which is always a good idea when you're traveling on the M25. You never know what might happen, so it's good to leave a little bit early to make sure you catch the boat. So we've got 180 kilometers left, and we'll probably see if we can find I think it's a Shell or BP charger. So if you just click on the screen anywhere, and this little symbol, the lightning symbol comes up here, you click on that, and then you get all the charges, all the different slower charges, medium charges and superchargers. And the fastest one here is Grid Serve at 5.6 kilometers, but near the boat there is one, so we can click on that. There you go. It's just a few kilometers away from the Dover, so we'll sit there for half an hour or something just to top up on this side of the boat. It's always better than on the other side. So that's it. So we've arrived at the Shell recharge station, and we'll just put in the check-in for DFDS. And you can see it's just, it's 4.2 kilometers away, a few minutes away, so we'll just charge here while we're waiting. Oops. Open the charge port, stick in our adapter, the fast charger from Shell. Plug it in. There she goes. And yeah, so now after a little bit of hassle, we've managed to get the Shell charger here to charge. And the funny thing is, actually, I have a Shell fob which should switch these on, but for some reason it doesn't. So you have to use the app, and the app didn't start it right away. It's a little bit of a pain, but anyway, it is now charging, and you can see here it's 37% full, and it's going up. The power is going up gradually. So yeah, I'll take a quick break. While we're charging here, stop for a quick last steak and ale pie. Something we don't actually get in Holland, and I actually miss steak pies in the Netherlands, so I don't get nothing like this. So And a good old Shell service station. Stop and have a wee pie before hitting the boat. Cheers. Just enough at the Shell station. We've got 268 kilometers. Just got a few kilometers to the boat, so we'll unplug and just use the key to stop it. There you go. When you hear the click, it's finito. Put this back on the charger. Take our adapter out and we're away. So, righty. Just waiting here in the port on a really sunny morning. Actually a lovely day to be traveling. So there's enormous storms over the last few days. So luckily we missed that because the sailing could have been quite rough. Maybe I've had to tie the car down. So anyway, we're happy to be going home and hope the weather's just as good as it is here. Just getting onto the boat. Doesn't seem to be too busy. There's at least one floor completely empty, so we're obviously out of season. Into the dining room, which is quite cool. This is the truckers.
This was the upstairs one.
Yeah, it was. Well, there was hardly anybody here.
The pizza and salad.
Yeah.
It wasn't open. We sat down. Was that on the floor below?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll go downstairs on the steps here.
Did you get a meal with this?
Only sandwich, I'm afraid.
Kind of give you an idea what the boat's about. How about a bit of that rainbow cake though? Cheers.
Cut that bit.
Eh? What?
You can't
What's
afford
sniggering?
it.
Eh?
They're laughing about a rainbow cake.
Why? There's that guy from the neighbour from the guy from behind.
Okay.
So they're coming in.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it? Hi.
Quite split. I'm happy sticking in its please.
It's just because you've been sitting in the sun. It's like it's all waiting for people to come on board. I think they have to do that. Hey, hi. Yeah, they said too.
Oh, I picked up that bench there.
It's a different colour, different boat. Oh wow, nice. Oh, we sit on this one, huh? Just leaving Dover on a beautiful sunny afternoon. Magic. There's one boat just left already. Actually two are just away. Coming into the Dunkirk port. It's actually nice and sunny. A lot nicer than when we left. So just arrived in Dunkirk and getting off the boat. Very steep exit off these boats. And the navigation takes a while to find itself. It's still in Dover in England, so it has to find the GPS signal before we can put our new route in. Navigate home. Let's see if it finds us. Ah, now it's found us. We're on the French side, and we will go to Brugge in Belgium as the first stop, and then that's it. So all the way home, just stop in Brugge for 45 minutes or 25 minutes. 25 minutes and then home. So just one charge stop and home. And we won't forget to drive on the right side of the road. Good stuff. So you can see we're sitting in very slow traffic just coming into France. And even in slow traffic, as soon as the signal comes up here with the steering wheel, you can double click on your speed control and autopilot like that. And it knows the speed limit, but it also keeps track of the car in front of us. Truck, van or motorbike, whatever it may be. And keeps a safe distance. And even now, you see he's hit his brakes automatically. I'm not touching anything with my feet, the accelerator or the brake, and it is now stopped and now starting again. It's not taking off, and will slow down and speed up as it likes. It's very comfortable. So all the way from our start this morning in England, the autopilot is driving 95% of the way at least, and you can disengage it at any time. So like now, only the speed control is on, and when I'm happy about it, I can just double click this, and bing, we now have steering, and you can see the steering is steering by itself completely. We're going straight across the roundabout. So it won't go around roundabouts as yet. I put it on that way. But but the new beta version will, but this car is not set up for it. So now the speed limit's gone up to 110 kilometers an hour, and the autopilot will take us to 110. And yeah, perfect for motorway driving, even on A and B roads. So a short transit through France, and then on to Belgium, and then into the south of the Netherlands. Okay, we'll keep track. You can see the cars are braking up here, and the car will also automatically brake now. Right down to no speed whatsoever, and then it'll take off again. Yeah, so we're making our way to Bruges, or Brugge as the Belgian people say, and then on to Ghent, Brussels and home. And you can see here, there are, if you click on the supercharger here, there are 2 stalls available of 14, so it's actually quite busy at the minute. It'll probably change completely when we get there. There's something else about the Tesla. If we look at the media, it's Spotify, so if you have an account or somebody else's account, you can log in, but you can also use the Tesla account for free. And you can search, or actually just use this function here. This is actually all from Mercedes. The steering wheel and these levers and everything all come directly out of a Mercedes. So it was when Mercedes had a joint venture with Tesla several years ago. Or you can just use the search feature here, and you can search, for instance, for I've already put it in there, Johnny Clegg. I'm sure you've never heard of him, but anyway, maybe worth listening to him. A South African guy, and you can click on his music, and I won't, well, the scatterings of Africa, I won't play any of it now because of copyright, but you can then save it to your favorites here, and yeah, it keeps everything, the news, any radio station in the world, and it's extremely user-friendly, so very, very nice sound system, especially for long journeys. So yeah, that's a little bit about the media. There aren't any buttons in the Tesla apart from your hazards here and the button here to open the glove box, and of course your windows. But apart from that, you don't need any buttons on the Tesla because everything is here. Your menu is here, your rear view camera is here, so you can see out the back of the car here if you want. If you're towing a trailer, you can see that. And then there's additional menu here, so with music and your calendar. So your calendar is automatically linked to your phone. So when you get into the car and you've got a business meeting, it automatically has the address of where you're going in the calendar. So your messages, Bluetooth, whatever you need, it's here. So they really have thought of a lot. And it's a little bit like your iPhone. So if you look at the controls here, or the pedals, it's a little bit like the engineers from Apple have moved to Tesla. In fact, I think a lot of them did. And it's just switching things on and off as you would in your iPhone or your Samsung phone. And you've got a menu for just about everything. You know, walk away, door lock, auto present handles, unlock on park, child protection, door unlock mode. And this is continuously getting better as the, you know, it's just downloaded to the car via Wi-Fi in your driveway overnight, so you can set it to update anytime you like. And you've got then a completely new car. We're just coming into Belgium. Actually, I see the sign for Belgium. We've just passed it, 1 kilometer, and then we have Belgium. when I got the car, this dash here was completely different. It had a normal speedometer, and yeah, it was completely altered just with new downloads. And as the software improved, Tesla just sent the update, and that's, you never pay for that, so that's always free. So it's a very, very nice feature. So we'll now continue our journey and maybe show you a few more bits and bobs as we get there. So I think we've just seen the first sign here for Brussels and Bruges and Ostende. Here we go. And you can see here we're just coming up behind a truck. The car's slowed down. The speed limit is 120 and I have it set at 130, so I will now indicate to change. It automatically changes lane. I didn't have to touch the accelerator. I can drop the speed here with 2 clicks back down to 120, and it's driving, no pedals, not touching the pedals whatsoever. It's driving itself. So if you haven't booked a test drive with Tesla, get yourself down to the local Tesla store and just do yourself a favor and take it for a spin. It's quite amazing. So here again, I'm changing lanes, just indicating, and the car automatically is changing lanes. Release the indicator and it will stay in this lane, just like that. So there you go. So just after that last comment of mine, my wife would like to comment as well. So here you go.
Yeah, well, I just want to say I personally think it is a lovely car to drive, but it definitely isn't, I think.
Gadget person.
Because,
in your opinion?
In my opinion, yes, because, well, if you're like me and if you get to a charging station like we did at Dover and the thing doesn't turn on and you need an app and you have to download it, and then the charging doesn't start, and it's so stressful. It's just so, I mean, I would find that really stressful. And
okay.
I drove once from Belfast back to the Netherlands on my own, and I stopped too long at a charger, and I came out from having a cup of coffee or something, went back to the car, and it wouldn't let me turn on the car because I had sat there for too long. And I didn't know what the problem was, and eventually I realized before I could move on, I had to pay the idling fees. Stressful. So it's fine, you know, I can manage superchargers, but any other sort of charger is just, I hate having to go to any other charger if I'm on my own.
Yeah, so I hope you understood that Belfast accent. I'll put some subtitles in maybe at the bottom so that you can understand her. And maybe while she's on her hobby horse or grumpy Tesla driver, maybe she has some other things to say as well about it. Well, come on, anything else?
No, I mean, I use hardly any of the features because it's, I don't play with screens and things, so, you know, I just use the basic stuff.
Okay. And what about on long journeys? Do you have anything to say about?
Oh yes, I mean the first 2 stops that's okay, but if you're driving from, say, Dover up to Stranraer to go across to Northern Ireland, and you have to stop 4 times, and that adds at least 2 hours to your day, and then in one charging stop you maybe have to wait for a stall to become available. Oh, that's, I now look at people who have driven all the way from Norway or Sweden, and I just am so full of admiration that they had the patience.
I think I better stop her now before she puts you completely off Tesla, and we'll get back onto the journey. So maybe a little bit more later. Cheers. Coming off at Bruges, can see, actually the car has been preconditioning the battery for supercharging for the last 10 k's or so, because it knows it's coming to a charger. So the charger's just up the road here. And another thing about this car is it has air suspension. They don't all have air suspension, but this one is equipped with air suspension. And say you have a lot of speed bumps in your area, or you're on a bumpy road and you need a little bit more ground clearance. The car is constant four-wheel drive anyway, so it's very, very good off-road or in the snow or on slippery terrain. But say it's bumpy, you can go into this car function here, and you can go to suspension here, and the ride height is currently at standard, and it'll automatically go to low for a certain speed, which you can adjust depending on how you drive. Mine's set I think at 90 kilometers an hour or 60 kilometers an hour. There's drops and it goes to the most aerodynamic mode. Now, so say for instance you want to adjust your suspension because you're coming to a very bumpy area, you can adjust it up here to high. It goes to 16 centimeters or to 17 centimeters on the road, and automatically the mirrors tilt to adjust for that as well. And the car will remember via GPS the next time it comes to this area that it needs to increase the suspension. So you never have to remember again. But if you don't want that to happen, it's just a once-off. You can also say auto race simplification. It's very handy for going across areas, especially with the some decent ground clearance. The race, which is very nice, especially when you come back to an area we really haven't been for a year or so, and the car remembers that you need to raise the suspension. It's very clever stuff. Pretty techy. If you're techy, this is the car for you. So we've arrived at the next supercharger. We have 159 kilometers to go. We can open the charge port here just by clicking this. Sorry, not that, is this one, sorry. Open the charge port, boom. Charge port is open. Oop. We don't need the adapter here because this Tesla station already has the older type plug. Plug it in, and as soon as the lights start flicking, we're charging. It's as easy as that. We're now in Bruges, and typically all the chargers are at eating places, so you can stop to eat. A lot of them at McDonald's, truck stops, or Burger King. In this case, it's in Bruges, in a little hotel, which is a little bit pricey. So if you're Dutch, bring your sandwiches for the journey. Cheers. So we're stopped here at the minute, and one thing you'll learn if you've come across a lot of Dutch people in airports or stopped on the side of the road or whatever, is they very rarely go and buy takeaways. The stereotypical Dutchman brings out his sandwiches, or boterhammer as they call them, and a cup of tea. So actually we never bring tea or coffee with us, but on this trip we decided to bring a flask of tea with us, and actually it's actually quite nice on a road trip. So cheers. So, all American cars have cup holders, so well, normally bigger ones, because the Americans tend to have, you know, big jugs of drinks, but in this case it's good enough for a flask. So cheers. Warm cup of tea while we're stopped charging. So not a bad idea to take a rest anyway when you're driving on long distances. So But you must consider, if you're thinking about buying an electric car at the moment, then for short journeys all the time, it's perfect. I mean, in the Netherlands, it's not a very big area anyway. It's about 3.5 hours from top to bottom, so an electric car is fine for commuting every day. But if you're going on long journeys all day, every day, 800, 1,000, 1,200 kilometers, for your work, then at the moment I probably would not decide on electric, because if you're doing 1,000 kilometers journey, then you're going to add at least 2 hours to your journey. Of course, you do need breaks on such a long trip, but you're charging for probably about 2 hours, on a long trip. So I think from a drivetrain point of view, the electric, there's nothing that can beat it. There's virtually no maintenance. This car has done nearly 240,000 kilometers, and it's had 3 or 4 services, changed the brake discs, and I've changed the rear light and a few other little things. The windscreen wipers had a bush that wore out, and I replaced it. But other than that, there's extremely low maintenance on the car, and this car actually had, after 5 years, had the battery replaced after under warranty. So it's about 3 years into a new battery, and so far, yeah, it's good. So I think they're guaranteed for 8 years. So yeah, I think once they get the battery technology sorted out, although already saying that, this car is 8 years old, and the newer ones can do 600 or 700 kilometers already. So already some of the distances are much further with the new batteries. So they're only improving, every year. Anyhow, cheers. A friend of mine, John Lentink's new song, Upside Down. It happens to be in Dutch, but his other songs are in English. So we've sat here for long enough, actually probably too long, but we have time on the way home. So we've charged to 315 kilometers, and we won't need to charge before getting home. It's now telling us we'll have 5% when we get home. So maybe we haven't stopped long enough. I'll just check the app. Yeah, it's now telling us we'll only have 6% by the time we get home. So we may just stop if you click on the screen anywhere and hit the lightning signal here. And you can see all the superchargers all over the Belgium and Netherlands. And on our way home, there's a few, but maybe we stop at this one in Heusden in Belgium and Solder, and have our dinner, and we get some free power while we're having our dinner. So we'll head off now. I think. Oops. Push the button, close the cap, and restore the charger. Push it in, and we're away. As you can see, there's quite a few cars here, and we'll hit the road. We'll hit the road again. Look him up on Spotify. So we're just coming into, or passing through the outskirts of Ghent, and then on to Brussels. But you can see there's actually quite a lot of traffic here. And you can see also on the screen a lot of cars on all sides of us. But the car's still on autopilot and handles the traffic very, very well. So, we will stop at the supercharger in Heusden. So we're not going straight home. We're going to get some free power and probably get something to eat, because there's nothing in the fridge at home anyway. So we'll just stop there before we head home. So we're just coming into the ring of Brussels, and plenty of traffic. We're actually quite happy we're not on the other side, because it was a lot worse than it is here. But it's cruising along, still on autopilot. No feet on the pedals, which alarms my wife from time to time, because even if a car pulls out in front of me from the right here into my lane, the car will sense it and slow down. And I'm so used to it already that I trust the car. So it's normally, you know, very rarely that I have to take over. So you can see here, we're just on the top, the north ring of the Brussels. I think once we get clear of Brussels, it'll be plain sailing again. So we've just come around the outskirts of Brussels, and I remembered that while we were in England, we were invited out to some old friends of ours, Santosh and Sanal, an Indian couple, and I said, okay, great, I'll come round, but I'm going to come a bit early so that I can video how they make the chicken curry. So if you click on the little link above me here on the left, you will find the authentic recipe to a proper Indian curry, and it was delicious. So watch to the end of this video, and then you can check in my channel for the link if you don't see it. Yeah. Anyway, on to Heusden. So we're just coming into Heusden Zolder. Zolder, actually Z-O-L-D-E-R, is a race circuit area, so the race circuit's not so far from here. But this one happens to be in a bit of a truck stop, industrial sort of area, and we're coming up on the Tesla chargers right here on the left. This is them. Here we are. Oh, I don't think this is right.
Yep. I think that's the entrance there.
Yeah, let me see up in there. There's actually quite a few cars parked here, and we've been.
Not very healthy looking.
Just hold it for now. We've been here a few times, and we stopped at the truck stop for supper before going home. So we have 153 kilometers left, and we'll now just put our final destination is home, and once we've charged here, we could actually go home already. We would have 10% battery left and without charging, and it's just another 40 minutes away, so we'll have supper and then head home. Tick tick tick, so as it's flashing, we're charging. So there we go. You can see there's quite a few Teslas here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 14 stalls here, and there's even some non-Teslas charging here as well. So good stuff. We'll walk down to get something to eat. So the funny thing about stopping at the superchargers is you'd never really stop at a place like this if you were just on a road trip. So we've been here, I think this is probably our third time on our way home, and it's an enormous truck stop, and being in Belgium, the food is actually not that bad. So there you go. Here it is, big truck stop. What's it called? 26, what?
Secure truck stop, 26 bis.
Oh, 26 bus. So yeah. Oops, you can see it a bit clearer there. There we go. Belgium's a little bit weird, so they also have a big supermarket here with everything under the sun. Anyway, yeah, nice place actually here. So. Here we are. Just a few cars left. Now we can head home. Push the button. There you go. Close the door. Good, so we just arrived home and we have 288 kilometers. So we stopped. We actually got much more than we needed, but yeah, it's free, so it actually pays for the meal. So this car is free for the life of the car, supercharging anywhere we go in it, anywhere in the world actually, but all over Europe. It's free. So we often see cars from Denmark and Norway and all over the place that are what they call supercharge hopping, from one supercharge to the next. Anyhow, it's now just coming up to 9 o'clock, so we left at 9 o'clock this morning. So it's 12 hours, including waiting for the boat and 2-hour boat trip and lunch and dinner on the way, and three charging stops. Okie dokie. We'll see you on the next one. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that we see you on the next one. And leave us some comments if you'd like to see something else about the Tesla, or because I'll be doing some other videos. But if there's something specific you would like to see, then please let us know in the comments, and I'll definitely respond. And leave a few likes. That also helps the algorithm do its gymnastics. So we'll see you on the next one. Bye.